Welcome to Gold Fever Radio.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank, it ain't that long.
Hey, welcome everybody. Wednesday once again. Welcome to Gold Fever Radio. It is September the 6th, 2023. What the hell's everybody doing? It's been one hell of a day. That's all I got to say. Let's see what's going on. Minuteman Venture, you were first. Good evening, Paul and Patty, Richard Dew, Trippin' Tommy. It's 104 here now. Hey, it's cooling down. Josh Cooper, Steve, AZ Gold Hunter, 104 out in Mesa. All right. Anyways, welcome everybody. You guys are all starting to pop into the chat room. Hope you guys all had a great weekend, great holiday weekend. You know, everybody got to get out and do some stuff. I got back yesterday from up there in Meadview. Yes, Josh, I was back up there in Meadview. Daryl Lane, hello, Daryl. Hope you're surviving the floods. Time and Tide MD, hello. So anyways, just got back from Meadview, and I only found 4 pieces of gold, I think it was. I was up there 5 days. I went 2 days, couldn't find anything. And I found 3 pieces. I think it was 3 pieces I found. Biggest piece was 1.2 grams. So I was happy on that piece. And then a couple of the other ones were smaller ones. So anyways, it turned out okay. It rained on, flooded on up there too. So I had to hunt in between raindrops and all of that. But it was okay. I didn't get to do any dry washing. So today's been one hell of a day. But anyway, let's see what else is happening here. 116 days left in the year. On this day in history, what happened here? 1869, a mine fire in Avondale, Pennsylvania, killed 110 people. 1957, Elvis Presley recorded White Christmas, Silent Night, and Here Comes Santa Claus. We'll be getting ready for Christmas music real soon. Generally, it's Christmas in July. I know Halloween stuff is already popping in the store, so Christmas will soon follow. Let's see, today's National Coffee Ice Cream Day. It's also National Read a Book Day. The sad thing is, tomorrow, remember this everybody, tomorrow is National Beer Lovers Day. National Beer Lovers Day. So hey, salute. NA. Enjoy tomorrow. Let's see, famous birthdays. I didn't notice anybody's famous birthdays today, so there ain't nobody's famous birthdays. If it's your birthday, hey, happy birthday to you guys. Already a Costco tat says, yeah, cool. A lot of I used to really get into Halloween. Used to be my favorite holiday. Used to decorate the yard and everything up, and you know, the fog and all that, but I ain't done anything. Just, you know, I don't know why, just haven't done anything. Let's see, all the prize wheels from last time, that stuff's all been sent out, and so everybody should have already received all of that by now. Some of you guys got some good stuff there. Rick Denton, good evening, Rick Denton. Hey, I had something here. Let's see, where did that go? Right here, look at this, Rick Denton. Yeah, Rick Denton. See that RD, that stands Rick Denton, Rattlesnake Gold Mining Company. Yeehaw. Yes. See, Rick, I still got that, buddy. Don't forget you. Stephen Peasley. Hello. Yes, Stephen, I found some gold. Uh, so, anyways, so I got back yesterday. It was late in the afternoon. I get back, and so I started getting inside. Just had to get some stuff unloaded, my freezer, fridge stuff. Anyways, get that put away. Got that done. And hey, Mike Duffy, we were wondering about you, what you been up to. No, I gave one away, Rick, but I haven't given this one away. I've been saving it for a special day to give away. I'm afraid to give it away, but it will be disappearing soon. The other one I gave away last year. This one I'll give away sometime here. But yeah, Mike went back up there, found some gold. Mike, there's still gold in Meadview. So we do have the push up there in Meadview. That's October 14th and 15th. Uh, for anybody that's going up there, that'll probably be the last push we do up there in Meadview, since you can only do so much groundage and all of that. Fighting with BLM's a pain in the ass. So, but I think the next one we're going to do it in a different area, and maybe more. I'll spend more time helping those people that are up there to help them find gold, stuff like that there. But so that's October 14th and 15th up there in the Meadview area. And we still have our Patreon event, channel supporter event. That's going to be November 18th and 19th out in this area someplace. And of course, our New Year's event is last 3 days of the year, December 29th through 1/1, I think it is, or somewhere around in there. Jerry Prince. Hello, Jerry. So, anyways, so that's what's happening here. So, like I said, everybody should have got the thing. Somebody already said, what's the next prize wheel? I don't know what the next prize wheel is going to be. We should do something. So, here's my thoughts. You guys tell me what you want to do. But I have a Gold Bug Pro metal detector right there. I have one of these cool digging knives. I have some pinpointers. I have some scoops, and this thing you put your picks in, or you can put your shovel in there. Have these things. These are kind of cool. This goes on your bucket handle so you can carry your bucket, and then these other things go around the bucket so you can stack them. They don't stick together. I've got a CD. I've got a scale. I've got this. This was a pinky. This is the whole set. This is the gloves, and this is like one of those little digging hammer tool things, shovels, whatever you call it. There's this cap and a little fine bag thing, whatever you call that, put all your stuff in there. I'm just gathering prizes. There's a Garrett digging knife. There's a keen magnet. There's this gold claw, gigantic gold pan. Anyway, just a bunch of prizes that kind of put together for this next go round. Still need the PDF for the claims. I don't know about PDF, Tad. I know there's the claims guide. Then that's sent generally email. So if you never got your claims guide, let me know, and I'll make sure you get that over to you. Steve, automucker? What's an automucker? Don't know what an automucker is. So anyway, so those are some of the stuff to go on the next prize wheel. So I think we'd only do maybe 30 spots this time is all we'll probably do. 30 spots, $35 a spot. That's probably what we'll do. Maybe we'll start that. I don't know when we'll start that. Let's see what else is going on. Just watch the Facebook page, Gold Fever Radio on Facebook. You'll see that. So Richard Duke. My goodness. The whole store. That's right. The whole store going up there. That little tool and pouch. Oh, gotcha. Uh, need one, please. Okay, Tad. Let me make a note. Claims guide. Claims guide. G-U-I-D. Okay. I'll make a note. So, David Villa. Hello. So, anyways, yeah, follow Facebook page. Watch that. You guys will see that announcement. I think there's even some. I'll find some gold pay dirt bags too that I'll probably throw in there too. There'll be some of those in there too. So follow that. You guys will see all of that posted here. But you guys just get a jump on it for watching the show. So, anyways, so I was saying, so I got back yesterday, started getting things unloaded, got unloaded today, and just had to do a lot of work around here. I had to switch tires off the trailer up there. I took all them tires off, put on new tires there, brought the old tires or new tires from there to put them on my dump trailer here, put them on. I had the ram and the backhoe. I had the seal on that I had to put all back together for the backhoe. So I've just been kind of doing a lot of busy work around here. I get a lot of that done, and then it was about, I don't know, 3:30, and I thought, well, I guess I ought to go get cleaned up and go get in the shower now. Got a show coming on. What do you know? Somebody comes into camp, and the yackers. And so, anyways, that kind of screwed up my whole afternoon. And this lady, she had a dog, and the dog's running around all over the place, and saying, hey, the dog should be on a leash. The dog comes behind the counter and disappears, and I'm trying to run her credit card, and it's not going through, and I'm getting frustrated with that there. And then all of a sudden the dog comes back out, and she says, what's this green thing? And I'm thinking, what, the dog found a bug or something, So I walked back behind the counter, and the dog done chewed up one of those big old square rat poison things. So I thought, oh, shit. I just told her, hey, shouldn't let your dog run around, man. You never know. So I said, keep an eye on the dog. That's all I can tell you. I had a little dog once that ate some of that stuff, and I called poison control, and they told me just to dump down hydrogen peroxide down their throat. Just keep dumping it, force it down their throat until they puke, and then they'll puke that stuff back up. And she did. She puked all that green stuff back up. But anyway, so this one's a bigger dog, but hey, that dog ate a whole cube of that. So we'll see what happens there. Oh, David Villa, that's right. David, you had sent for some T-shirts, and we never knew what size or what T-shirts you wanted. So we need to know that, David, which T-shirts you wanted and what size you wanted, so we can get those out to you. So anyways, where is, so anyway, Steve. So I wanted to read you guys some messages here. So here's what happened in this last, for you guys instigators. So a long time ago, as you guys know, I'm a dealer here. We sell Fishers, we sell Garrett's, we sell the Deuses, and there's the Quest, and there's all types. We sell all types of detectors. We sell every detector except Minelab. So I've reached out to Minelab a long time ago, and I said I'd like to be a dealer. And the guy says, oh, yeah, sure. He asked where I was, living and all that type of stuff. He said, oh, yeah, that's cool. So he sent me the applications, and I filled it all out. And he sends me all the info and all that type of stuff, how much you have to order, blah, blah, blah. And he says, I'll have him contact you. Time goes by, never hear nothing. So I call him back, and he says, well, after further review, we decided not to. Well, I know where the not to came from. That came from the rep that's out in this area. And I don't understand why, but that's where it comes from. So a long time ago, I was looking back at emails and stuff like that. So a long time ago, I sent the rep a message, and I said, are there any restrictions on dealerships? And she said back, what do you mean by restrictions? And I said, on dealership location, miles apart, etc. She says, there are a bunch of variables in that decision. And I said, I was a whites dealer, but no more. They're out of business, and I was just wondering about finding another dealer. But this is Jack at Gold Fever Campground. And she says, hi, Jack, I can send you over an application if you would like. I said, I would love that. I just didn't want to infringe on anyone else if there were any restrictions. She says, I will take a look at the application and will probably have more questions. Is your primary focus selling at the campsite? What's your email, please? So I gave her the email. And then she said, sent. And I said, thanks. I filled it all out, sent it back. She said, Jack, can you please email these to me? I need to print them out. I said, I just sent you them. She said, thank you. Then I says, hey, Debbie, whatever happened on this deal? That was it. Never heard nothing else ever again. Just blew me off. So this last couple of weeks, I've called the Minelab. They're in Illinois. I've called them and left messages. I've left 4 messages to call me. I'm interested in the dealer. You call that number, and then you hit number 3 on the option for dealerships. And I've left the message 3 times. Never heard nothing. Then I even on the email or on their web page, you can fill out for dealership information. So I did that too. Never heard nothing back. Not sure what's going on with these. Well, I've talked to some other dealers, and we're all in conjunction, cahoots. Cahoots. That's a funny word, huh? Cahoots. Sounds like an owl sneezing. Cahoots. But we're all in cahoots what's going on, and that's that they're protecting somebody. And even if you go on that person's web page or their Facebook page, who they're following that person. So I find that very funny. And then I've heard that she has an invested interest in that company. Well, that's a conflict of interest, and that shouldn't be happening either. So maybe everybody just needs to call Minelab and say, hey, what the hell? But anyway, it's kind of frustrating that they won't do that. So that's what's happening here, and those are my dilemmas and all of that too. So what did I miss here in the chats? Anything? No, everybody's just emailing and talking to themselves. Okay. So anyways, those are all my gripes. Anybody else has any gripes? There's no guest tonight on the show, so it's just me. So I just figured I'd come on and say hi to everybody. And there were supposed to be some metal detector people that asked about talking to last week, but I never heard back from them, so I don't know what's going on with that. What is your true feelings about Minelab? Minelab sucks. They really do. They suck because they won't let me have a dealership. That's why they suck. But besides that, you know, I have an Equinox 800. Actually, I have 2 Equinox 800s. I have both the different coils. One's the smaller one, one's the larger one. I just figured instead of switching out coils, I just switch machines. But on the one, the headphones quit working, so the headphones don't work on. I have the 6000. I had to send in for repairs, and apparently everybody else had that problem too. The speaker screws were coming off, and it's very chattery. And somebody said there's a grounding problem, and you need to send them in too. Well, I might not be a warranty anymore. So anyway, that was that problem. The 7000 that I got, and now you guys that have, you know, like when you've got your square charger, and then you got the little plug that's got the little round thing in it that you plug into it. Well, that went all the way through one time, so it wouldn't charge. So I had to take the whole thing apart and then resolder the connections back. And I thought, that's weird. They don't even put the little slots in there to hold that pin from just pushing out. And I thought, how stupid. I believe Minelab is totally overpriced. And the only reason they're overpriced is because there's no competition. There needs to be another company, and I hope Garrett can finally, step up and start doing some stuff. And somebody outside? Oh, I thought I heard somebody yelling. But hopefully Garrett. Well, now I went blurry. I got too close to the camera or something. I got to try to get back into focus. Okay, I'm back in focus. But maybe Garrett one day will step up to the plate and get out some good detectors and give Minelab a run for their money. They're way overpriced, totally overpriced. So that Manicore whatever is such a stupid machine. Anyway, so that's right, Craig. So here's what I don't understand. So let's just say, here's a Fisher Goldbug. Here's your control box right here. That's the whole machine right there. All the coral is just a bunch of wires wrapped around there and a wire going up to the control box. So you got a control box that's got a bunch of electronics components in there. You can go to Harbor Freight and buy a $99 metal detector that's got the control box and a bunch of electronics in there. So what's the difference of one control box to another control box? Isn't they all just a bunch of wires and components and diodes and stuff like that in there? So why does one got to cost $7,000 and another one only costs $99? Huh? Is it the name? It can't be because they can't push no more power into the ground, because by FCC rules you can only push out so much power. So all detectors are going to max out their power. So I don't understand it, other than they're just ripping you off. And since they're the only game in town, we're forced to do it. So that's why they suck. Their machines suck. Their machines are overpriced, and they won't let me have a dealership. So cheers. Anyways, those are what's happening on my neck of the wood. It's how it sees the metals. Craig, Tad, it can't see the metals. It's a machine. It can't see it. Don't have any eyes. I don't drive a Chevy or a Yugo. But basically the same thing. They all get you there, huh? They just got different size engines and all of that, but whether it's all the same engine, just different numbers on them. You are paying for the design. Yeah. You're paying for something, all right. Whoop, there he is. So, anyways, it's not worth the $7,000 to cost $8,000, $9,000. You cannot tell me that machine is really that much more money that's got to cost that much more. Or say the $6,000. The $6,000 to cost $6,000? Really? That's insane. That's insane. You can buy a quad for that much. An ATV for a metal detector? The Gold Monster? Now, what problems have I had with the Gold Monster? So the Gold Monster, like out in this area where I'm at here, in my area, the Gold Monster is okay. I can turn the Gold Monster all the way up to one off of automatic and hunt with that and not have a problem with my Gold Monster. There's not a lot of hot rocks. But up in Meadview, you cannot do that. Up in Meadview, I got to turn that all the way down almost to, like, say, about the 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock position to hunt, to start to eliminate some of that, the gold rock, all that chatter. It's just a constant chatter, and you can't hunt with that. So by turning that all the way down, your sensitivity all the way down, you're losing sensitivity. You're losing depth. You're losing where you're not going to detect those targets. So that's why some of the other machines like the Goldbug 2 and other people will disagree, I think is a better machine because it's got more knobs on it, more features that you can fine tune and still hunt in sensitive ground. So, but anyways, okay. If you found 3 ounces of gold, Jack, it pays for itself. You're right. I've already paid. My 6,000 has already been paid for, and my gold monster has already been paid for. My 7,000 has not been paid for. My equinoxes has not been paid for, and my manticore has not been paid for. My gold bug 2 has not been paid for. My gold bug pro has not been paid for. My whatever other machines I have haven't been paid for. The only two machines that's been paid for is the 6,000 and the gold monster. That's all that's been paid for. So, okay, those are my rants. My gold monster has found enough to pay for. Yes, I need to get back out and find some more gold. Oh, here's some of the gold. Here's my gold. This is all of my gold. Let's see. You guys seen this big piece of nice gold? I don't know if you can see that on the screen. This is all an ugly looking rock with gold right here on the sides. Let's see if you can see that. No, I don't think you can see that. That's not going to work. Anyway, so I found that on the claim up here, and then I found this one on the claim up here. That was my arrowhead looking one. It looks pretty one, but not on the camera there. So over there, these are what I found up there in Mead View. I found this little dinky piece. I found this little dinky piece. I found this little dinky piece with the 6,000. And then this is the bigger one, the 1.2 grammer one. Yeah, it doesn't do any justice at all. But I got this my nugget jar to fill up, so I'm still working on that. I had a bigger one, but I gave up on filling that up. Too many detectors. That's right. You can never have enough detectors. You need to stay out more than 1 hour. Well, that's true, Tad. You know, detecting is really kind of boring, and I don't use bungees and all of that to hook up to and backpacks, and I just go out and swing for a little bit. If I don't find anything, I'll bounce around to different areas, go try here, go over there, and then I give up, go take a break, go back, get a sandwich, maybe come back, hunt. But I can't devote an entire day like some people do to detect and just walk all over to do that. I can't do that. Uh, oh yeah, and I do have the underwater detector too, the Garrett underwater one, and I do have another little underwater detector too that I've never used. Maybe I should go scuba diving this weekend. That's probably what I should do. I haven't did that in a while. So anyway, so I was up there in Meadview and I filmed AZ Gold Hunter. Same here. I don't have the attention span for it. Years and years ago, I need to write a book. Is what I need to do. Years ago, before I was even into hunting detectors, I wasn't a detector hunter. I was a dry washer. I still love to dry wash. I'd probably almost rather dry wash than a detector hunt. No, that's probably not true anymore. But I used to believe that. So up in this area where I used to have these claims at, we used to always run people off because they were always coming down and detecting. And they kept saying that was, some claim. And I said, no, it's not. So one day, me and this other guy, we took these gigantic sacks of BBs and we just drove around on our quads and we threw BBs all over this claim. Even to this date, I still hear people say they find BBs out in this area. But that was before I started metal detecting. Jack, as people look after at his RV park, Tyrone Sanders, hello. Bunker Buster, hello from California. Uh, well, yeah, there is an RV park here that we've metal detected and found a lot of cool history stuff. No, that's where the Equinox comes in handy. John Crockford, morning. John Crockford, he's a channel supporter. He's in green. All right, John, cool. Uh, but anyway, so let me see them gold nuggets. Dang, they're all right in here. You can be listening to them. The gold up in the meat view area is all attached to caliche, and so you got to, you know, generally you put in a little bit of vinegar and soak off that caliche to take it right off. And some of the gold out in this area too, like that big piece I found, is attached to caliche. And that big one that big rock I found that had 18 grams in it, that was all in caliche. So there's gold all over. It's just getting harder and harder to find. But so, anyways, I enjoy kind of metal detecting, but not just for gold. I enjoy, looking for other types of treasures. Uh, do you have a group or program to teach how to go prospect? We do. We have a prospecting club, Gold Fever Prospecting Club. All the claims are out here in Arizona. We have an event at the end of the year that we talk about prospecting. We have monthly meetings here at the clubhouse here that we talk about gold prospecting. Too hot right now. That's why you got to go out early in the morning. You know, uh, you go out. Like here in Arizona, you get out in the desert at 5 o'clock, or leave the camp about 5 o'clock. You're out there at 5:30, and then you can hunt for a few hours until it gets hot. Then you come back, or you go out and you get your dirt or play, and then come back and hide. And then later in the afternoon, you go run your material. But we do that is really what you have to do. Uh, so that's what's happening. Will you be attending the Dutch Rendezvous in November? I'm planning on that. That November, that's the first weekend in November. I am planning on attending that. That's in my plans. I reached out to Wayne, talked to Wayne. I got to get him. He'll have to be on the show. Maybe I should reach out to him, get him back on the show. And but I am planning on going out there this year to that there. I keep saying every year I'm going out there, but I just don't make it this year. I need to get out there. Tyrone Sanders, my next welfare check, I'll head, put it down in the Hellcat. You know what I'm saying? Time and Tide MD. Still use my Quest Q30 over here in the UK. It's an underrated machine. I just barely became a dealer for the Quest machines. I've been seeing them. To me, they look just like the Equinoxes, kind of like, but not quite as expensive. So I've been checking into them Quest machines a little more, and we may end up having to carry some of or ordering some of those there. But I have been looking into them. So you like yours in the UK? What is it that you hunt in the UK for? You'll be there as well, Gold Hunter. Okay. Where the gold at? Dang, tell me them secrets. There's gold in them dar hills. You go to the mountains and you find gold. You The biggest secret in finding gold is gold where gold has been found before. Them old timers were all over them mountains looking for gold. So wherever they were at, you can find gold. Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily right in the exact same spots where they were at, but if they were on a certain mountains, and you look up at the mountains, for some reason, all them shafts are all kind of in a line all across that big mountain. Well, that gold has to come down hills. Everything comes down hills. So you always go downhill, but you always start where gold has been found before. Jack, are you dealing with the Deus? Yes, we sell the Deuses here too. The Deus 2, we do sell them. I got a used Deus, Paul. I'll give you a good deal on the Deus 2. It was my demo. I get them machines, excuse me, and then I demo them, do a video demo them, then I just put them up for sale. But I do have a Deus, Paul, Deus 2 for sale. It's all the good features on it too. It's got the pinpointer with it and all that stuff. Uh, Mainly Roman fields. That would be cool to hunt stuff like that. I would love to go over in England one day or something. That's kind of on my bucket list to do that. Probably never do it, but that would be cool to go over there and some of those old time stuff to hunt those fields. I would love to do that. Uh, anyways, that's what's happening here. Nothing going on. Starting to cool down. Summer's on its way out the door. Winter is starting to come around the corner. Just don't expect to get rich with this hobby. If you break even, you are doing better than most. That is very correct. Very few people ever make any money. You can make money. It's probably the only hobby that can pay you back. Everything costs money. You go golfing, that costs a lot of money with balls and tee times and clubs and all that stuff, but it doesn't pay you back. You can go fishing. I guess you can get some fish. I guess that could pay you back if you get any fish. But gold mining, gold prospecting can't pay you back. Hello, John McAfee. Ain't seen you out in a while. What's been happening, John? When you're on your way back out? Rick says, check where there have been volcanic eruptions with quartz outcroppings would be a good start. That is true. When the ground comes up, it brings the gold from the ground up. So that's right. Gold is everywhere. Just you are welcome, Dad. Got some spare bedrooms here. Yeah, cool, man. I would love to do that one day. Get over there and do some hunting like that. To me, that would be awesome. I know they put these big tours together. They're kind of really pricey to go over there in one of those hunts to hunt them for the week, but I would like that. What you think a good metal detector to buy? Dang, go homies and me money go out there one day. Any detector depends on what it is you want to do. If you want to hunt gold, like you want to get a gold machine. So a good gold machine, get one of them and go hunt gold. If you want to hunt relics, then just a machine to hunt relics. Where, like I say, one of them Harbor Freight $99 machines. You can go to a park and find coins and artifacts and stuff like that. So you don't have to spend a lot of money to go playing. Steve Blevins, what's happening? Long time no see, buddy. How's the Wickenburg area going? Guess all okay. You getting out finding some gold? But anyway, so yeah, just some machines have dials on them and tell you what it is. I'm waiting for the machine that will just pick up gold only. That's what we got to find. The gold only machine. And I believe they could do that. Your stuff like basically your two scales. So you got magnetics and non-magnetics. You got ferrous and non-ferrous. So gold would fall in the non-ferrous. Same with lead and other stuff like that too would fall in the non-ferrous. So If you've got a machine that says, like, say, the gold monster, that will tell you if it's ferrous or non-ferrous, and everything goes, all the gold goes to the non-ferrous side, so will the lead and all of that too. However, if you look at, say, like, I'll say your Equinox, it's got the numbering system on there, and if you got like a smaller piece of gold, it's going to read you like a number two on that machine. If you go over a smaller piece of lead, it might register like a 16. So gold really is a very low conductivity, if that's the right word for that, for finding gold. Low conductivity. In other words, it's low on the scale for conductivity, where stuff like lead and stuff like that's a little bit higher. So why can't they then decipher the difference? I don't know. Doing good. Tommy told you we have been out. LOL. All right. What about the Gold Monster 1000? I just searched it up right now. If you can find a used Gold Monster 1000, then pick that up. That's a decent machine. You know, it's one of them easily turn on and go machines. Yeah, I can't build a gold machine there, Patty. That would be impossible to do. I don't have the technology, the manpower, or the dinero, or the ability, or anything else to do that. John, you're healing from eye surgery still? Man, you should be seeing them gold nuggets so good now. So you'll be perfect when the season starts again to get back out here and your where you left off at is still available. John, all the gold I'm finding coming out of that wash. I mean, nuggets, John, nuggets. They were left there. You could have came and got them, John. You missed them all. You got to hurry and get back up here before old uh, Chris gets up in there, because once he gets in that wash, it's all over. You know, he'll terrorize that wash. And he fills in the wash so you can't get to the bedrock anymore where all the gold is at. Uh, anyways, you know, when gold monsters first came out, people were buying them just because they were buying them, but then people didn't like them. And back in those days when they first came out, that's when I was selling the gold grabbers, that high banker machine that I had bought the molds and the rights from Alan Trees when he went out of business. So I just bought the gold grabber, the high bankers. And there was a show they did in Quartzsite, and people would traded me the gold monsters for the gold grabber. So I took in 3 gold monsters. I ended up selling 2 of them and keeping 1 of them. And I wished I would have kept a couple of them by now. But and the reason people didn't like them, it's a really sensitive machine. I mean, you can't even get close to it with your hands. It picks the salts up in your hands. It is just a very sensitive machine, and it will pick up very, very small, minute gold. But it's just really a turn on and go machine. So 3+ months to heal. Well, then you should be healing, John. You should be already healed by now. Man, you're going to see so good. What's your eyesight now? Something like 10/10. Uh, yeah. So anyway, look for used gold monsters. You know, because people are picking them up. Some people are selling them, but other people, you know, picking them up. But 2050. Well, hey, that's getting pretty good. Uh, better than some people. So anyway, there's a lot of good machines out there. They're all good. Like I knew a guy that uses the Gold Monster. Actually, when I went to Alaska, I know I've told you guys this story before. Picks up the iron in your blood. Yeah, and it'll pick up a cactus. If you go over a cactus, it'll actually pick up the water in that inside that cactus. it'll go off. You'll think there's a target in the cactus. When I went to Alaska, I took my gold monster with me in the 2300. Every piece of gold, I probably found over 30 pieces of gold, 30 nuggets, and they were all with the gold monster. I didn't find anything with the 2300. So when I came back, I sold my 2300. But the guy I was hunting with a lot up there, he was using the Equinox, and he's camped out here before too, and he's used the Equinox, and he's finding the smallest pieces of gold with that Equinox. And because of that numbering system tells him if it's gold or not gold. But I just couldn't believe the small piece. And up in Alaska, he did just as good as I did in spots that we were hunting in, finding that small stuff. So I believe that is a really good machine, that Equinox. But so the Gold Monster's good, the Equinox is good. I didn't care for the Manticore. To me, I think the Equinox 900 would be better than the Manticore. All right, Rick, take care, buddy. I got contact surgery tomorrow. Hope it don't take 3 months to heal. Hey, Josh, you coming out to Meadview again in October? Coming out to find some more gold before it's all gone? Aaron Giles, do you know any good places to detect in the Bisbee area? Bisbee, not right off. I would go on to, I don't know exactly where the Bisbee falls into, how far away that is from, say, the Colorado River down in that area. I would Google placer gold deposits of the Bisbee area and see what you get. There are some books. I don't have them here. They're in my other room. Placer gold deposits of Arizona. But that's what I would do. I would just Google placer gold deposits in the Bisbee area, and you will get that information that you're searching for. Then go out and search that area and see what you find. Be in Meadview, hope to dry wash. When you going to Meadview? October? You going up for the dig or for the event in October? The push. Bisbee is close to Tombstone, not Colorado River. Okay, so Tombstone. I mean, there's gold. There's gold down there. I knew it was south of Tucson. I just didn't know exactly where it fell into down in there. Bisbee had a lot of history down there. There should be a lot of Spanish was down in that area, in the Bisbee area too. I think some old Spanish missions and stuff down there. So there's areas to look at. But BLM has. You can also get a map from BLM. Let's see if I have any of those here. Don't see one, but they're land status maps. So go on to a map store, or you can either contact BLM office and buy one of them land status maps for the Bisbee area. And what that'll do, those land status maps will show you if it's private ground, BLM, National Forest, Indian Reservation, withdrawn area, all of that type of stuff. So those are good maps to have. And then they'll also show you some of the mines that are around, stuff like that. But a lot of all of that is just all research, and you can find all that information out on the internet. And they never lie. The internet is one of those things that don't ever lie. Thought I had some of those maps here. Yes, I don't. Anyway, I got them for all over the state. I don't know where they're at. Okay. We're going on another adventure, Jack, when Robert Birdman gets back. Yes, we are, Daryl. We got a couple adventures we got to go on to. We got so many adventures. Ooh, man, we're gonna go find some of them Spanish treasures. We're gonna go get all the gold. We're gonna find gold bars, and we're gonna, yeah, or at least we'll have some fun going chasing them down. But Daryl's always full of a mystery. Yes, we paid already for October. Let's hope it stays dry for dry wash. Well, I was up there this weekend and I was going to do some dry washing. I took my dry washer up there and I didn't get to use it because it poured and it rained and it poured and it rained. So I didn't do no dry washing. But yes, next month we should be good. So hopefully. But the detector hunt should be good. I believe it was mainly silver and copper down there with a little bit of gold. Okay. That could be true. But Tombstone had gold. They were finding gold down in that area. We're going on another adventure. Yes, well, let's go, Daryl. We got a lot of adventures. Uh, anyway, Daryl, he's one of them guys, he'll call you up the night before and he'll say, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow?" Well, you know what that means. That means, come on, I got another adventure. So, I'll meet you at the turnoff spot. And then there you go. Got another adventure. So stay tuned for them adventures. I try to post a video every weekend, at least one every weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I try to post a video every week. Sometimes they're just crap videos. Sometimes they're just, whatever. This last one I just posted was just us sitting in the backyard BSing. Daryl telling stories. Going to bring the rhino to get around the claim better. That'd be good. Because then you can take off from up on top and drive over. So where the push is going to be at is a decent area that I have found. Now you got to think of this here. So this is what I can't believe. So when I went up to Meadview, or first got these claims, and I told this other person about them, that I'm heading up there, and I know there's good gold up there. So he went up there, and he was up there a week before I was up there, and he found over 40 pieces of gold. And then so I got up there, and he getting ready to leave, and he left. So I hunted up there, and it probably the time within, I don't know, a couple months, a few months, I've probably found total easily over 200 pieces of gold up in that area. That one weekend, or that one few weeks I was up there, there's that one picture that's they're showing all my nuggets on the metal detector, the coral. There were 75 pieces of gold right there. I mean, I found this patch that just I couldn't believe nobody's ever found it. And I was just finding pieces after pieces after pieces after pieces of gold. Well, it's harder to find now, but a lot of the gold I find, I'm using the 6,000, and they're faint targets. I can barely hear them. So which tells me that they're either really small, which some of them are, or they're a little deeper down and I just can't hear them. So that's why when we do these pushes, where we take the backhoe and we scrape down 3 or 4 inches, it's putting us closer down to where those nuggets are. And that's why we should do good. I think the last push, there was probably, I think it was like 32, I think it was, nuggets that we found on that. And I don't remember how many people was there. But this time, it should be a smaller group, but there'll still be the same amount of, area push. So hopefully we'll get some good gold. And that's up there in Meadview. If anybody wants any of this information on the Meadview push, the Patreon thing outing, or the New Year's event due here, you can call the camp 928-851-7167 and get all that information that you want. Robert found this place, broken Mexican jars everywhere. Oh, uh-oh. James Lane, hello from Montana. Roland Saxon, prospecting and exploring. Hello. Uh, Thank you, Patty. Always good go. Always good. Try to be, huh? So, anyways, yeah. So if you can make it to one of the events, make it to the events. There is a campground here, so you can come out here and camp. And there is a mining store here, a little prospecting store. We sell some stuff there, and then on the websites, you can go to the websites: goldfeverradio.com, goldfeveradventures.com, goldfeveradventuresandresort.com. Anyway, and then there's the club and the claims. We got claims right close by here where people go out. Wouldn't it make sense to push down about 6 inches? You could detect what was pushed and lower ground. Last time, that's about what we end up pushing down. We hit the caliche layer anywhere from 6 inches to 12 inches down. We hit the caliche layer. So if we push too far down, we're just really pushing everything up into the pile, and then the pile we can't really get to until you pull the pile back down. So we didn't want to push down that far. So we figured if we could just pull down, anywhere from 3 to 4 inches, should do good. I did take up there. I bought this machine that is a dragger, is really what it is. That for leveling and scraping ground, and you can put a brick on it for weight. So I bought one of those things. It's got some teeth on it, and I took that up and drug that around on my razor, and then detected it. But it didn't really do what I wanted it to do, just because of the rocks in the ground. It would kind of break up the surface, but it didn't scrape the ground down a few inches that I would have liked. So that didn't really work for me, where the backhoe's going to do that. But a lot of times you'll think you get a little target or a little signal. Sometimes if you go over a weed, the weed will set it off too, and you'll get that same target or same signal. So if you think, was that a little target? Was that a signal? And all you do is scrape it with your shoe, just kind of kicks loosen the ground up right there, and by disturbing the surface area, even if it's just disturbing, just moving the rocks around or the dirt around, not really digging down, just will bring that signal closer to you, and then you start to hear that signal, and then of course you get your pick down there, you scrape down, a couple, half inch or whatever, just some of the rock down, and if that signal's still there, then you start to dig down, and then as the more you dig down, the happier and happier you seem to get. Could a person dry wash the pile? Yes, people do dry wash the piles. There's not a lot of fine gold up there. It's more just nuggets. Uh, but people have dry washed. The old timers did a lot of dry washing up in that area, and they were finding gold. But there's more of the bigger pieces up there than there are smaller stuff. But yes, people do have dry washed them piles, and you can dry wash those piles too. Yes, you get a lot of the bucket shavings too, and those drive you insane from that. That's when you hit that caliche layer, and it scrapes off part of the bucket shavings uh, to do that. Seems like it's 6,000, 7,000 would have already found gold within 6 inches, assuming someone put a coil over. That is very true. Uh, the 7,000s, I was talking to this guy the other day, and he was telling me like he doesn't even pick up BBs with the 7,000, where the 6,000 will pick up BBs, closer to the surface. So the 7,000 might have too big of a coil to really go down. It's more for depth, going down deeper, and you're missing some of the shallower stuff up front. And the 6,000 can go down X amount, but not as deep as the 7,000. But it's more, you're picking up more surface. So that's why I think that ideal level is maybe 3 to 4 inches scraping down to, because the gold seems to just be in that area right there from me view. That, a different area would be different. Of course, if you're in an area where the gold could be 6 feet down, you're absolutely right. Then I would scrape down a foot, to get down closer to it, where the machine's not even close to reaching into. But if your bedrock is only, or the caliche layer is only, not even 12 inches down, then that's why just a few inches. is probably better. You can always tell where the 7,000s have been, detecting, because they got to make a bigger hole to get that coral down in there because it's so big. Let's see. Roland says, I recently bought the Gold Hawk coral for the 6,000, and it's so much better than the stock coral. The Gold Hawk. I don't know what the Gold Hawk is. Oh, that's the Coral Tech, right? Uh, I bought the elliptical one for the 6,000, and I really didn't like it. It was a little heavier, so I gave up on that. And then I bought the 9-inch round, uh, and that's what I use. Is the 9-inch round Coral Tech. And you're right. It's a lot more sensitive. It's a lot better than that stock coral. Absolutely, I like it a lot better. Uh, some areas though, that the 6,000 I think has an EMI problem. I shouldn't say EMI problem. It's really sensitive to EMI, and that's why they even give you another coral with that that's just for EMI. So if you can't hunt with it, you got to hunt with that EMI coral. So if you could eliminate some of that EMI, that's a better machine. But sometimes I'm hunting with it, and all of a sudden it'll just go off. If an airplane's nearby you, it's just crazy, and you can't hunt with it. Or if it's just stuff like that. Or you'll just hit certain areas that's just picking up that EMI, and you just can't hunt. You got to stop. That's what I find with the 6,000 is in some areas you just can't hunt. Huh. Let's see. Before I forget, I got to play a commercial. So let me play this commercial. Hang on, folks. We'll be right back.
ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the only monthly gold prospecting magazine published in the United States and is the most comprehensive and respected magazine about gold prospecting on the market today. With readers in all 50 states, it features articles on detecting, high banking, dredging, small-scale operations, assaying, basic geology, how to read the land, regulations, and more. Our monthly Ask the Experts column is answered by true experts. It features answers to readers' questions on processing, detecting, geology, and any other questions you may have related to finding and recovering gold and other precious metals. The Mining Journal features the most extensive selection of equipment, mining properties, services, and more, and a classified section featuring over 20 times more new and used items than the nearest competitor. The Mining Journal has been in continuous publication since 1931. A full 12 issues is available for just $27.95, and discounts are available for 2- and 3-year subscriptions. And an online subscription gives you access to over 3,000 articles going back nearly 20 years. Our purpose is to teach you how to find more gold. ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal is the tool you need to succeed. It's time to raise your gold prospecting knowledge to the next level with ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal. Give us a call at 831-479-1500 or visit www.icmj.com. That's www.icmj.com. www.icmj.com. Anyway, the Mining Journal, that I get them all the time, every month, and I've been getting them for several years. They've got a lot of information in there about gold prospecting. So that's an excellent magazine. Okay, so so that's what's happening there. We've been going on there, just yakking about stuff. So, anyways, get out, guys. Go do some detecting. Go find yourself some treasures. It's not so much just having the gold as it isn't just finding the gold. Gold is a treasure in itself. And if you can get out with somebody and share the treasures or share the hunts with, it even makes it more funner. If you're by yourself walking around the mountains, that can be kind of boring.
But if you got somebody to, hey, buddy, what's happening over there? He said, hey, I found a piece of gold. You say, well, you. You know, anyway. It's always better when you got somebody to hang with and all of that stuff. So get out there and find your treasures. Wish they would go back to better paper on their magazine. They just they changed that paper for a reason because they said it was more like up to date and you know it just gave it a different feel of the magazine rather than that old time magazine that they used. That's why he changed that there on that there. But I do know what you're saying on the paper because they did change their paper out. They did do that. This was the last magazine. I haven't even read this one yet. This one was August. But yeah, so go get a subscription to that because Dix will tell you all about prospecting and things to do and all of that type of stuff. Okay. Everyone needs a Daryl. Everybody does need a Daryl. Follow Daryl. He will get you in more. Yeah, he'll get you in something. Daryl's a hoot. Daryl's a hoot. Daryl will have to come back and be a guest one day too. Heading back to Kingman from Tahoe. Any place I should stop and do a little detecting on the way? Well, yeah, if you're going to Kingman, you know, you got gold all around Kingman. You got some treasures up around Kingman too. You had that UFO crash up there around Kingman that I went over to a while back too. I want to get back over there and do some detecting where that UFO crashed at over there. But from Tahoe, September issue is already available online. Cool. I haven't got that yet. I guess September should be coming soon. Yeah, I guess September should be coming anytime, huh? So I haven't even read my August one yet. I don't have time to even read. I have time even don't even anyway. So coming back from Tahoe, I'm not sure exactly what you pass in Nevada, but I know there's a lot of areas from Nevada all the way back. But hey, like I say, wherever you're at, all you have to do is go online and Google placer gold deposits of that area. Raphael, let's go Miami Dolphins. You like Steelers, Jack? Yes, Steelers are my team. Why are they playing now? Uh, I've been a Steeler fan. You know, I haven't really got into football the last couple of years. Just I don't know why, it just hasn't interested me. But yes, I followed Steelers from clear back in you know the old Rocky Blyer when you know the Rocky Blyer story was a cool story. You know his whole history that he went through and the thing with the Coca-Cola kid and you know that it was back in the days when you know when football meant something and like you know the Rocky Blyer he was a Steeler and then he went over I guess he got drafted to war and he got injured where he got his legs you know hurt and he couldn't walk and they told him he wouldn't walk anymore and he kept saying that he played football and he was going to go back and play football and they would come in and check on him in the morning in his bed and he would be out you know crawling up the hallways that he had such a determination he was going to play football again and when he left there and got all that he you know and he walked again he started walking and then he went back to the Steelers and they took him back and he actually did a play. He was on the field and played and then he retired. So, you know, but they stood for something. They had meaning and they had purpose. And I just always kind of just liked, you know, what they stood for. And so I just started liking the Steelers and they've just been my team ever since. I do have, oh, you can't see it right there. Steeler helmet. That was that was the Terry Bradshaw helmet. That's not his helmet, but that was the Terry Bradshaw helmet. Uh, anyways, opening day tomorrow. Seen helmet in the background. Oh, that's why. Marino. You know, I used to love Miami Dolphins back in the days. Marino was good. I liked him, but I used to like Miami You know, when they used to kick the field goals, they had the dolphin pools behind the field goals, and so the footballs would go in the dolphin pools, and then the dolphins would play with the footballs, and then eventually, I guess they wanted to take all that out and put seats back there or whatever. But you know, football used to be really, that type of stuff back in them days. It's just now, I think it's so political, and I'm one of them conspiracy. I think football's fixed. I think the referees predict the outcomes of the game. They change the outcomes of the games. There's way too many calls. There's way too many. They can control everything. That it's just they just take the fun out of the game anymore. So I just quit watching. I guess it just wasn't that fun anymore. So, anyways, this weekend is the first real game of the season. Thursday night tomorrow between Detroit and Kansas City. And I liked. I watched the playoffs and that, and I kind of like the Chiefs with their quarterback. I thought he was kind of cool. I forget what his name is now, but anyway, he was cool, and they had a lot of good players back in them old days. But I remember my coach grabbing my face mask. Yeah. So, but anyway, so it's kind of really changed a lot since then. But it's still like anything else. Entertainment. They even tell you now it's entertainment. Years and years and years ago, when my kid was little, I used to tell him wrestling is not real. He was like, "Yes, it is. It's real." I say, "No, it's not. Wrestling is fake. It's entertainment." "No, it's not. It's real." Well, eventually it came out that yes, it's fake and it's all. Well, you know what? I think football's the same way. Now they don't tell you. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes. Thanks, man. And San Francisco's new quarterback, Purdy or whatever his name is. Some people are just fun to watch, and so those are nice. So other than that, it makes the game fun. But anyway, so starts tomorrow. So good luck to everybody in their teams. Good luck to all you guys in your treasure hunts. I hope you guys all get out and find you some gold. If you're not a subscriber to the YouTube channel, go subscribe to this YouTube channel, which is right there. Like I said, I try to post videos every week. But hey, I appreciate all of you guys hanging. He's from Gilbert, Arizona. I did not know that. I used to live in Gilbert, Arizona once upon a time. When I first moved to Arizona in the early 90s, I took a job. I lived in Phoenix, and I took a job as a country radio DJ for a few years, and then I moved out to Gilbert, and then from Gilbert I moved to Wickenburg, and from Wickenburg I moved to Salone. But anyways, hey, I want to thank you guys hanging with us, being a part of this evening. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, because without you guys, there is no show, there is no YouTube, there is no nothing. So I do what I do because of you guys, and I appreciate all you guys. Appreciate all your feedback, all your support. So hey, you guys all take care of yourselves. Have yourself a fantastic week. Get out and get some gold, treasure, something. Just get out and have an adventure. So hey, till we meet again, guys, take care. Thanks for watching, everybody.